Vou convidar aqui o orador, Murithi. Convido também a moderadora, a doutora Ana Rita Todo. Convido o reverendíssimo bispo Diniz Matsolo, que fará hoje os comentários, e chamo a atenção ao professor doutor padre Daniel Alexandre Raul para se posicionar, relatar e registrar tanto este painel. Doutora Ana Rita, tem um microfone aí, já? Muito obrigado, doutora Ana. O espaço é vosso, quando quiser.
Obrigada. Bom dia a todos. Cabe-me a honrosa função de moderar o painel de hoje. Por sinal, é o último desta importante conferência. Na minha qualidade de moderadora, aceito os meus cumprimentos, votos de que a conferência esteja a alcançar os objetivos pelos quais foi concebida. Não pude estar desde o primeiro dia por razões de força maior e também por estar interessada a participar em debates que conduzam a um processo de paz efetiva. Fiquei feliz em saber que o painel de hoje visava, entre outros assuntos, questões relacionadas com a paz, uma situação que se vive neste momento no nosso país, e esta conferência vem demonstrar isso. Para não vos estar a cansar, vou convidar desde já o nosso orador principal, Murithi, chefe do programa de justiça e reconciliação em África, no Instituto para a Justiça e Reconciliação da cidade de Cabo. Tem a palavra, se favor.
O doutor Murithi vai falar em inglês, portanto, para as pessoas que não se sentem confortáveis com esta língua, podem servir-se dos conversores de língua que estão disponíveis nas nossas cadeiras.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, on this last day of this very important conference. And let me start by thanking the organizers of this conference for inviting me to participate, colleagues at AISE, Dr. Salvador and his team, colleagues at MASC, Dr. Joao and his team, and UCM director and his team, and for inviting me to this beautiful city of Beira. I've been to Maputo and Veraculos, I've never been to Beira, so this is important for me to be able to see all the parts of Mozambique. I think we've had a very good set of discussions over the last 2 days, and I want to thank the translators, the two gentlemen who've been translating into English for me. My Portuguese is not very good, as you can understand, so I'll be speaking in English. And I just want to say that we've had some very important discussions on the problem of private accumulation, challenges of public administration, and yesterday some very heated debates, wonderful debates on decentralization in Mozambique, and whether, for example, the governors should be elected So this is an issue I am taking with me back to Cape Town, where I live and work at the Institute for Justice and Reconciliation. But my nationality is Kenya. I'm from Kenya, and so some of the issues we discuss, we are also dealing with in Kenya, and to a lesser extent in South Africa, where I live. I think, as we heard yesterday, we need to ask the question whether Mozambique has really ever been at peace. Has Mozambique experienced real peace? And this was the question that Sheikh Said Habibi put to us. He was asking whether, in fact, Mozambique has experienced real peace. This is a very important question, because if Mozambique has never been at peace, then this might explain why we continue to see some of the illnesses in society, some of the issues we've been discussing: corruption, private accumulation, mismanagement of public resources and natural resources. So I was very interested in the debate around decentralization and some of the suggestions that this might solve the problem. There's a big question mark. In Kenya, we decentralized power to a large extent with the counties, 47 counties, but we still see some of the challenges that we have within society. So this illness, I would say, of corruption, private accumulation, mismanagement of funds, is a disease on the body of the society. That's the way I see it. And if you define these issues, these phenomena as diseases of society, of the body of the society, and of the body of the society of Mozambique, then the question becomes, how can we heal the body of the society so that we can genuinely address the diseases in order to pursue real and sustainable peace? I think you will not be surprised to hear that Mozambique is not in a unique situation. In Africa or around the world, similar challenges of corruption, mismanagement, bad governance of countries exist. Issues of resource distribution are not unique to Mozambique. And we find these challenges in many countries across Africa. And in Africa, I mentioned Kenya and South Africa, we have similar challenges. We have 7 or 8 places on the continent, countries in the continent of Africa, in which the situation is even worse than Mozambique. There are currently open, violent conflicts. We can think of South Sudan, Somalia, Central African Republic, Burundi, Eastern DRC, and the threat of violent extremism, this religious fundamentalism that is coming onto the continent in the Sahel region of North Africa, and in East Africa in the form of Al-Shabaab in Somalia and Kenya, Boko Haram in Nigeria, Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, and now ISIS in Libya and Tunisia and parts of North and West Africa. So even though Mozambique is not one of the worst crisis situations, I think it's important for us to also talk about how we can prevent the crisis in Mozambique from becoming worse. Ever since the war came to an end in the early 90s, the question is whether Mozambique is at peace with itself. In fact, there are some suggestions that the war did not end in Mozambique. The war may have stopped, but the war did not end. And we shall interrogate that a little bit more. We are seeing the same opposing forces reincarnating themselves, re-emerging, contesting at the political sphere, the economic sphere, and the social sphere. So the question really is, did we manage to heal the wounds? Did we manage to heal the trauma? of the conflict that has afflicted this country? Did we really manage to address the historical injustices of colonialism that Mozambique endured? Have we really come to terms with those issues in our minds and in our hearts? And unless we can answer that question, then we will always struggle to build an inclusive society in Mozambique. And if the answer to these questions is that we have healed the wounds of Mozambique, then the question is, why do we still have the diseases that continue to afflict the body of this country? The corruption, the economic mismanagement, and the bad governance. What can explain the persistence of these illnesses? The persistence of tension in the political sphere? The major challenges we heard in the economic sphere, macroeconomic crisis. What are these fighting forces after? What do they ultimately seek? And so I will put to you the fact that in my perception that the soul of Mozambique is not at peace. And in fact, it is, I said, not unique. And the soul of Africa, in a similar way, in many parts of our continent, is not at peace. So we have to heal the soul of Africa and her peoples. We have to change the mindset of Africa. We have to reset the mindset of our fellow citizens. And I think one of the key ways to do that is to activate our Pan-African consciousness and the spirit of solidarity across our continent. This is particularly important in the age of Donald Trump and the America First agenda, the economic nationalism that is coming out of Washington. The question then is, if it's America First, can we trust these large corporations that are coming from the United States to mine our natural gas and to mine our oil? It's a very important question. Are these big corporations interested in the health care of the Mozambicans, the schooling for the children of Mozambique? And I think we need to put these questions on the table. Unless we genuinely address these social challenges, then I think we will not be making a lot of progress in charting a path to the future for the country. I have a PowerPoint presentation, and you will forgive me again, they are all in English, but I know I have been listening to many Mozambicans who speak very, very good English, and so I think some of you will be able to follow. But the organizers also have it, and I believe they will share it with you.